Thanks for joining me on this tutorial in Adobe Premiere. In this tutorial, what we're going to be covering is making a mobile optimized social video, or MOSO. These are the types of videos that you see as you scroll through your Facebook news feed. They're the videos that have the big text over top of them that make it easy for you to consume the video without having any sound on. They're actually very easy to make, and there's a couple of things that you should know going into them. First thing is you need to have kind of source content. So typically these are produced off of B-roll that companies provide, though of course you can shoot the footage yourself. And it may also be a good way to repurpose your news packages that you've already produced with a voiceover. The other thing is you need to have a key number of points that you want to convey in this video. When you watch those mobile optimized social videos on Facebook, you'll notice that many of them aren't longer than about 15, 20, 30 seconds. I'd be surprised if they reach into the 45 or minute phase. So there, what you would really want to do is pick out about 5 key facts about the video that you want to convey. Write those down in a Word document, obviously spell check them because there's no spell check inside of Premiere, and then you would go ahead and work. What I want to show you how to do in this video is to really set your clips up so that you can create this mobile optimized social video, and then you'll have some time on your own to work on them yourself. So what I'm going to do is import my clips, and these are all clips from Amazon in the build up to the holiday shopping season. So what you can see here is some video of an Amazon plane called Prime Air, or the Amazon fulfillment center that has I'm actually going to mute my sound there. The Kiva robots that move everything around inside of the factory. And then what is this? These are some more factory workers preparing for the holiday season. So what's my track here? My track is that I'm telling a story about how Amazon is preparing for the holiday season, and they've got now airplanes and they've got robots working inside of the factory. So let's see. Maybe I take, let's see, let's start with this clip. So I'm going to take this clip. Let me go back. This clip is pretty short. It's 2 minutes. Let me see if I can find one that's a little bit longer. This one's kind of a good opener. Want to look for that nice wide establishing shot. Oh yeah. Again, 3 minutes, but let me show you a little trick here. Since this is a MOSO, I don't need any of the audio because I'll probably add in music at the end. I will drag that down onto my timeline. Now, it's asking me, it's saying the clip and the sequence that you have don't match. Do you want me, Adobe Premiere, to change the sequence to match the clip? And I'm going to say yes, change sequence. So that way we don't run into that problem where we have a clip that is one dimension and a sequence that's another. What it results in is either the clip being really magnified or the clip having black bars around it. So now I've got this clip on my timeline and it's relatively short. It's only about 3 seconds. I want it to be about 5 seconds. So what I'm going to do is hit X on my keyboard and then drag this clip so that it's 5 seconds. Now remember, the original clip was not 5 seconds. So what have we done here? Well, using that X function, what we've done is we've slowed the clip down so that it fits that whole 5 seconds. Now, Here's something. So what it's done is it's slowed the clip to 66%, which is a little bit too slow for me. Usually when it drops below about 70, that's when you start being able to tell that the clip's been, significantly slowed down. So let's actually go into X, hit X again, and shorten that clip to around about 70. That's a little bit better. Yeah, we can still tell it's slowed down, but not an incredible amount. Now, if we slowed this clip down to 46 seconds, it would really look like it's starting to stutter. So we don't want to do that. We'll keep that around 70 seconds. Now, the key about MOSOs is that we need text over top of the video. So I'm going to initiate my text tool, my titler. Command T on a Mac, Control T on Windows, and unlike a traditional report where you could just put any name in for our title, it becomes a little bit harder when you have a lot of titles in a report. So I'm going to try to be a little bit more descriptive in my titles. Now that I'm in my titler, actually, hold on here. I take that back. What I'm going to do is outline an area of where I want my text, because if I just use the T tool, what's going to happen is my text is going to run off the screen. Whereas if I outline my text, then I don't have to worry about that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select Arial and bold. And let's do white for now. And then I'm going to, did you see that? Click that drop down and do New Style. And I'm going to do Arial. And what that's done is it's added that style into my style library so that I don't always have to be creating it every single time. So now I'm going to do Amazon. Amazon prepares for the holiday rush. Now, there's no exact formula to creating a mobile optimized social video. It's a lot about eyeballing things. Now, what do I think about this text? What do you think about this text? How would you critique it? You would probably say that, well, first of all, it's too small. Second of all, there's a lot of things going on in the background that makes it hard to read the text. And maybe the color needs to change. So first, let's deal with the size. So let's highlight it. Let's really blow it up. And you use natural spots in the video to kind of justify your text. So right here with these conveyor belts, that's kind of a nice almost ledge to kind of put our text on. And then maybe the other thing we want to do is really blow up Amazon. Maybe make prepares for a little bit smaller. Maybe, again, blow up holiday rush. All right, we're already looking a little bit better. And then to make that text stand out from the backdrop, what I'm going to do is come over here and add a little bit of a shadow. Bump up the opacity of my shadow to make it a little bit darker. Maybe bump the distance of the shadow a little bit more. And so now we've got text that really stands out from the background. All right, close that and drop that text onto my clip. Now, one of the key things about a mobile optimized social video is that you need to convey information to your audience in a short amount of time, while also giving engaging visuals. So as you go through, I'm not going to create an entire MOSO in this tutorial, but I'm going to give you the tools so that you can create one yourself. Some of the keys about mobile social is we want our shots to be around 5 seconds each because that gives our viewers a chance to read the text. Because if it was any shorter, it would be kind of difficult to read that text, right? We want to make sure that we're giving facts. Now, I'm not going to go through and do the reporting for you. So what you need to do is go into Amazon press releases and news articles to get the content for this mobile social video. What I'm going to do is find one more clip to kind of put in here. Ah, perfect. I'm going to put this down on my timeline. So we've got our opening shot. Amazon prepares for the holiday rush. And this is a perfect clip to go next. I'm going to create. So again, I'm going to use my text tool, draw where I want my text, otherwise it's going to go all over the screen. Remember, I created that style right there. So it's almost like I'm giving pieces of a sentence on each of my MOSO. So we said at the beginning, Amazon prepares for the holiday rush, and robots are there, here. I could go either way. Robots are here to help. Again, we got to blow out that text because we've only got a tiny window on Facebook in order to show that text and to show the readers. Now, the other thing is that this text is left justified, but the robots are really working on the right, so maybe we do that, and maybe we move it a little bit more to the edge. We have to worry a little bit less about the action and title safe boundaries when we're producing for the web. Now, obviously, if this is anything that's going to go out on TV, that's a different story, but for the web, we can really push our text to the edge. So again, what's the most important thing in this text, in this phrase? It's robots, right? So that's what we want to highlight, and we want to make everything else small. So maybe I'll highlight everything else, make it small first. And then I'm going to really bump up robots. And again, you got to kind of put on your graphic designer hat when you're doing these mobile optimized social videos, because positioning the text and calling out the most important thing in the text is really what differentiates a MOSO from just a closed captioned video. So, okay, I think this is looking pretty good. What I might do again is throw on a little bit of shadow to make it pop out. The shadow is what really gives relief for text against a background, so keep that in mind. So let's see what we've got so far. Amazon prepares for the holiday rush, and robots are here to help. Look at here's you got to notice this when you're producing your video. Notice how we've got the robot here and the text is not overlapping. Again, you've got to put on your graphic designer hat to really kind of design these MOSOs. I would probably actually cut that kind of shortly after the robot leaves the frame. Now, is everyone's MOSO going to look the same? No, it's not. Are you all going to have the same text? No, you're not. Because you're going to tell the story each differently. But the most important thing here is that you're learning the principles behind creating these mobile social optimized videos. So again, it's not just throwing text over top of a video, but it's making the text work with what's happening inside of the video. So again, going back to this clip, you see how we use some of the natural things inside of the video to position our text. Again, and in the next clip, same thing. Also, when it comes to adding text to the screen, it's about making it easily readable. So we've done things like made the text contrast with the background by choosing an appropriate color and adding shadows to get relief from the background. And we've also used font size to call out really important things inside of the text. So in this one, we've got Amazon, Holiday Rush. And in this one, we've got robots. And then maybe we'll throw in I'm not going to throw in too much more because I'm actually kind of interested to see what you're going to do, how you're going to produce this MOSO. So I'm going to leave some of the creativity and direction to you. But now you have a sense of what are some of the key elements that I need to integrate into a MOSO and how do I do it. So again, MOSO probably targeting around 30 seconds. You could even be a little bit less into the 20. I would say between 20 and 30 seconds is what you want to target for this practice MOSO. Where are you going to get your information? So I've on the Amazon press page, if you scroll down, actually, if you go over here, I'll show you. Let's see, Amazon. Images and video. Scroll down, and Amazon Holiday Fulfillment 2016, Amazon One, Amazon's 8th Generation Fulfillment Center. Those are all good videos to use for this. And then inside of the press room, you would find press releases around holiday activities, Amazon One, the robots in the 8th Generation Fulfillment Center. That was actually video that was released last year, so it should be relatively easy to find content around that. And of course, what you're going to do is you're not going to just copy and paste it, but you're going to work as a journalist to kind of craft the story around there that you're going to tell inside of this video. Now, again, once I'm done, I need to export my video to get it up to Facebook and YouTube. So how do I do that? Well, first I need to save my project. Oh, one of the other important things that we forgot was sourcing music for these MOSOs. So what I'm actually going to do is go over to YouTube. We talked about this previously, but YouTube is a great source for music. So again, it's under my Create tab, and I'm going to turn on my sound so now I can hear. That's a little weird. None of these are really... Okay, That's kind of cool. I'm not going to spend a ton of time trying to find this music, but that's gonna work for me. So I'm going to download it, and then I'm going to import it into Premiere. So now I've got this music in Premiere, and I'm going to throw it onto my video track, or sorry, my audio track. And then once kind of get to the end of your video, again, a lot of people aren't going to be watching this with the music. But if they do turn on the audio, let's give them something to listen to. And what I did was I selected my razor tool. That's my razor tool. And then I just cut the audio at the end, and I might, pull this out to 30 seconds exact. And then what I'm going to do is add a fade out under effects, audio transitions. Constant power is what we want to add, so we're just going to click and drag that onto the end of the clip. And we might make the audio maybe make the transition just a little bit longer. See how this audio is really, let me mute my audio so that you can hear me speak. See how this audio is really hitting up at the, upper end of 0. This is going to be really loud if someone turns it on. So I'm actually going to click and drag on this audio, the yellow line in the middle of the clip, click and drag and pull it down to maybe about -8. So that way we're hitting around 6. So if people do turn on the audio, it's not like blaringly loud. So that is how you do a MOSO. What I'm going to leave up to you is crafting the story around this, sourcing the footage, adding the captions, and then exporting. So again, we're ready to export. Again, I got to make sure I select my sequence and nothing else. Go up to File, Export, Media. Now, I'm going to use the same settings as I used in the previous tutorial. If you want to use medium bitrate, maximum bitrate, it doesn't matter. As long as it's an H.264, you're fine. Because again, YouTube and Facebook will transcode these videos into their own format and their own bitrate. Again, just giving a quick once-over, okay, my file name needs to be different. And then I'm going to hit export. Once that video file is out of Premiere, then you can upload it to YouTube and Facebook, YouTube or Facebook, wherever you want. And you're ready to go. Just keep in mind, once you upload the video to YouTube, make sure you give it a name that would entice people to click on and play the video. So don't title it Amazon Fulfillment Center. Maybe it's like Robots Help Amazon Prepare for the Holidays. Doesn't that sound a lot better? Something that you might want to click on? So that's how you do a MOSO. Now it's your turn.